Welcome to Chit Chat with Ross.
And Robbie, where we like to chat.
About chit.
I do. Even on Sunday.
Even on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you.
Okay, Pete.
Do you like history? Do you consider yourself to be a history buff?
I
Ooh.
don't love history.
Okay. See, when I was growing up in school and we had to do history class, I didn't really like it either.
I didn't. Do you now like it?
History class or history?
No, history now.
Well, I think now that I'm becoming older and more like history myself, I think I'm becoming a history nerd.
I see.
I used to think that I didn't like history. And then when I moved to...
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
You're just sighing.
I am.
So
No,
heavy.
because like sitting, I think just history for the purpose of learning, and then you're going to get tested on it, and then how well you test. I was dyslexic, so like, what was the year this city was founded? If it's 1921, I'm probably gonna put 2191. I don't know. Like, it's all a jumble at that point. Like, so whatever year it's supposed to be, I'm probably gonna put the wrong year down.
Okay. Well,
Not
I can
because
see why you don't
I
like
don't
it.
know the year. If you would ask me, I could be like, the year was, but
Yeah.
then, so that became an issue. You know what I mean?
Okay, I gotcha. Well,
And also too, like, I think it's interesting because like my philosophy, I'm not gonna say it didn't change or did change. We're gonna leave that out for the judge and the jury. However, like when I was in high school, I just always figured like history's in the past. We did it. It's done. We can't go back and change it. We're not gonna step in the time machine. We can't go back to whatever. So really, why are we rehashing something that happened back decades ago? I don't understand all that. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you what.
I don't know. But if it's a situation where it becomes like fun facts is
And
entertaining
factoids
and
and
factoids
nuggets and stuff.
nuggets and stuff.
Okay, so like in school, I wasn't crazy about history.
Yeah, me neither.
Because, I mean, I sympathize with what you're saying.
Right, I hear you.
It's there. I'm not changing it.
We can't do, but you go. So like another thing too.
Yeah.
No, is like I think it's interesting too, because I feel like things that you and I learned in a textbook
Uh-huh.
were presented in such a way that here's this story about this particular political figure or personal, like, whatever. And then now, like, dun dun dun, cold case, we broke it all open and the vault is wide open. And none of these things that we were taught were true. George Washington did not have wooden teeth. We were taught that in school. He didn't chop down a cherry tree. We were taught that in school. Sorry, kids, if you're just now
We
learning
were
about
also
this.
taught there was 9 planets in the solar system, but
Not
apparently
anymore.
there's not.
One fell away. What's
How does that work?
That's what I'm saying. So, like, it's kind of weird when you think about it because, like, in regards to the history that you're learning now or you're being taught in school now, like, how long does that stay valid?
Well, totally not where I was going to go with history, but it's okay because
Okay.
that's your thought of it.
I don't know.
Did you try to hold my hand just now?
No, not at all.
No, I think, like, once I moved to Columbus, Mississippi, I started learning the history of the area.
Okay.
And I think that's when I started becoming interested in history. There was a lot of stuff about antebellum homes that I started learning about. Then I moved here to Nashville, and oh my gosh, there's so much history
But
here.
you see that's a situation where you're not in a classroom setting and somebody's not going to
Exactly.
drill you about it. Somebody's not
Exactly.
going to test you about it.
I was totally learning it for fun.
Right,
And
fun facts.
Exactly.
Fun.
And
And
so live here in Nashville, and there's so much history about so many different things. It's just amazing to me, all the history that we have to draw from here. And then, I went on a trip recently.
Yes?
We're going to talk about that sometimes.
Maybe. Maybe
I
we
mean,
already do.
we may talk about it yesterday. We may talk about it
We may
tomorrow.
talk about it a million times.
In the history of life. But anyway, learning so much history to me is becoming fascinating.
I know. But
I
think,
think
you can
I'm
also
becoming
be
a history nerd.
But also because, like, I've mentioned the fact that I'm dyslexic. Like, I have to have tools. So when I did live in Chicago, I was a tour guide. One of the most iconic things about the city is the city flag. The city flag has 4 stars on it. And for those people who don't know, there's a very easy way to learn the stars.
I don't know.
There are 4 stars. There are 4 events that happen that reason the stars are there. Each one of those begins with the letter F. It is also a 4-letter word. So there was Fort Dearborn, which the city was founded on.
So
There-
fort.
Fort.
Okay.
There was the Great Chicago
Fire.
Fire. And then the other two that are remaining are because of the Centennial Fair and the other fair. So the Exposition Fair. So there's 2 different fairs. There were 2 big fairs that happened in Chicago.
So they could have just kept like one
They
star for 2
could have,
fairs.
but they were they had very different exhibits at each fair, and they were iconically different for different reasons.
Okay,
So,
well that's
but
fair.
it's Fort, Fire, Fair, and Fair.
See,
and
did
then
you
there
write in there? That's
yes.
fair.
4 words, all that have 4 letters that all begin with the letter F. And that's
And
how
so
I have to learn.
I started, that's a great trick for you to remember.
Right, and that's
certain
how I have.
facts.
If I need to learn something, or I have to remember it, or it's got to stick, I need an order, and it needs to stay in that order.
Okay.
All right.
That's fair. I like that.
What about you folks out there? You like history? You love it? You can't get enough of it?
Or-
is history changing?
Are you becoming history?
Oh my word!
I do. I think the older I get, I think that's why I'm appreciating history.
Are you a historical landmark page?
I am. I'm a
All right.
historical landmark.
So let us know what you think about history and what you like about learning. And are there things? And it can be architectural history. It can be any kind of
There's
history.
so much history.
There's a lot. So leave those down in the comments down below.
Be sure and like us.
Don't forget to share us.
Check us out on YouTube.
And we'll see you tomorrow on Facebook.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.